Howdy. Hello. We're here. It's Monday on Wednesday Night Warhammer, which means we review Tyranid Army list. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. Great to see everyone. Um, Good to see everybody. Yeah. Happy Monday. I hope you, of course, Ohio. Wow. I hope everybody had a good weekend. It is Monday. I like Mondays because I get to look at a bunch of Tyranid Army list review shows. Wow, everybody is coming in. If you could give a like to this stream, that would be incredible. Just so that other people can see all the cool stuff that we're doing on the community. That would be wonderful. Ozolith, yes. I got your you just sent two. So I'm gonna do one list. I kind of like doing just one list per person at least each week. Just so that we spread the love a little bit, so everybody gets a little bit of everything. We do have a super chat goal that is posted up there. Of course, no pressure, but we've been talking about extra streams. The super chat goal is 10 super chats. I'll do an extra stream on Thursday. I hope I don't have dinner plans, but if you want to see more Army List review shows, and if you want to see it this Thursday as an additional stream, go ahead and super chat, and tell me your favorite way to eat pizza while you super chat, or not, or just enjoy an Army List brought to you specifically by Ozolith. Let me fix this real quick. Beep. Okay. Cool. Bomb. There it is. Ozolith. This is, I think you submitted this a couple weeks ago or something. It's your Vanguard Onslaught list. So happy to review it. Nix, I think you should submit a list soon. And because you're a member, what a great segue. Because you're a member, your list would be priority. And it's so great that you're a member, Nix. I'm just astounded. That's incredible. I love that we got here eventually. But let's dive right into it. We're gonna review. I think I have 10 lists. I only have 2 member lists, and I think there's like 8 or something non-members. So now, if you are a member, or if you are on the fence of becoming a member and submitting a list, now is a really, really good time to become a member, and then submit a list, and then your priority will go. Who knows? Maybe I'll review it Thursday if we have an extra stream Thursday. Anyways, let's dive right in. Here's Ozolith's list. Is Vanguard Onslaught list that wants to go as far as fast as it can, deny points, and outpoint the opponent. I love to hear it. Let's look at our characters. We got Death Leaper, we got Broodlord, Hunting Grounds on one of the Broodlord, Neuronodes on the 3rd Broodlord. Then we have Winged Hive Tyrant with Chameleonic. Going right in, we have Gargoyles for a battle line, Biovore, 30 Gene Stealers, Triple Lictor, love to see it. Wow, Triple Neurolictor. Oh my gosh. Triple Neurolictor and Triple Lictor. Marcus, if you're asking me, I am unfortunately not going to the Dallas GT. That's this weekend, right? I am playing an RTT, but I'm not going to the Dallas GT. I don't know. I don't travel too often. I will be traveling to Worlds this year, which is really exciting. But I don't think I have anything lined up. Oh, I'm doing ATC in Chattanooga. I will be there too. So if you're there, love to see you. Anyways, okay, cool. So, and we have 18 Von Ryans. I feel like I kind of glossed over the 18 Von Ryans part. Yeah, 18 Von Ryan Leapers. That's a lot. That is that's a lot of Von Ryan Sleepers. Here's my thing with Von Ryan Sleepers. I think that they are okay at like screening turn 1, and then after that I don't know. I don't love them, and they're now 140 points for 6 models that 3 wounds apiece, 6 up invulnerable save, stealth. You actually updated this list. But one of the lists I sent you is for a tournament this Saturday. Well, Ozolith, is it like this list or I don't know. I generally take like an hour before the stream. So if it wasn't there an hour before the stream, I'm sorry. How much different is it? Like we can take a look at it a little bit, but I think I you know oh it's Crusher, so it's a completely different list. Okay. Um, let me see if I can pull it up real quick, and then we can see what we can do. Let's see. This is channel posts. Boop. Sort by newest. 2-0. Alex. I think I'm gonna review this one. I'm gonna just skim your Crusher Stampede right now, and I'll give you some feedback. Did you already submit it? So you got Death Leaper, Hive Tyrant, Neurotyrant, Biovore, Excrine, Maliceptor, Norn, Tyrannifex. Yeah, this is great. I think it's fine. I would it's the Norns that are taking up so many points. I personally like to play more Gribbly guys. I like Triple Lictor, even in Crusher Stampede. But other than that, that's fine. Let's take a look at your 18 Von Reinsleep. And thank you again, Alex, for joining the Champions Club. Really, really appreciate it. Become a member. Your videos have taught me so much. I was able to win 3 casual games against my friend who's been into Warhammer for a decade. Very nicely done. Love to hear that. That's incredible. Okay, so I like this list, except we need to, I mean, you don't necessarily have to have a shooting threat, but I do think like a shooting threat is pretty good. I think that we probably want to cut 9 Von Reinsleepers, so that'll be 210. And then, so that's 210 points. Beep. Right. I'm fine with like a 6 and a 3. I think 18 is hilarious. I love that, but I'm just thinking about, do we want it, or is there a better use of our points, you know? Dang, Nix, that would have been amazing to see you. And we're also gonna have to cut a Neurolictor. In my opinion, I'm not in love with Neurolictors right now. So I'm gonna cut at least 1 Neurolictor. We might be cutting more. We're 290 points. What I actually kind of rate pretty high is the Neurotyrant Zoanthrope combo. So we just need 15 more points. Find 15 points, trade 18 VRLs for 18 Ravenos. You're talking my language now. That sounds pretty good. So we need 15 points to get up to Neurotyrant. And I like all of these enhancements: Hunting Grounds, Neuronode, and Chameleonic. They're pretty good. I was seeing if you had Stalker on. I think Stalker is definitely an enhancement that you probably can cut quite a bit. Oop. I went too far. So let's see. It's just crazy. Like a Neurolictor being 20 points more than a Lictor, just to me, just does not, I don't really feel like we're getting our 20 points worth with the Neurolictor. So let's cut 1 more Neurolictor, and we can see if we can do something cool with the extra points. So this is going to be 270. All right. 270. Welcome, Kiki. Good to see you. 270 points. And so we're going to add in the Neurotyrant and Zoanthropes. I really like this combo in Vanguard Onslaught. I think it's versatile. You can activate into a lot of different profiles. And with our uppy downy strat, you can jump around the board quite a bit. That's 200 points, of course. Oh, what am I doing? So it would be, what did I, 210, 290, 300, and what did I do? So I cut 9. So that's 210. Oh, what's up, Andrew? Andrew's in the chat. And then we have 290. Oh, I just did 270 instead of 370. My bad. Okay, cool. So 200. So that's 300. So that means we have 65 points. 65 points. That's pretty cool. That's not bad. And then let's see if we cut a Neurolictor. I'm being really mean to these Neurolictors. I'm not in love with them right now. I was gonna see if we could cut a Neurolictor and then get 2 Ravener squads. But I don't think so. We have 65 points, which is awkward. That would be 145. Oh, who said? Somebody said, do we do Trigon? Let's do Chat. Cut a Neurolictor for a Trigon? How do we feel? What do we think? Huh? What do you think? Trigon? We have 5 points left over. Boom. Right? Seems good. We have 5 points left over. I think this is awesome. Man, chat loves the Trigon. I love Trigons too. I just don't think they're good. No, I think Trigons are fine. I think the Trigons are fine. They're just 140 points, which is a lot of points. We've got Death Leaper, Triple Broodlord, Winged Hive Tyrant, a Neurotyrant, Gargoyles, Biovore, Triple Gene Stealers, Triple Lictor, a big old Trigon, 6 Von Ryan Leapers, and then 3 Von Ryan's Leapers, and then 200 points of our Zoanthropes. Pretty cool. Should I play this list? That'd be fun. I don't know. I'm getting RTT reps in. Yeah. Oh, alternatively, I would probably cut these VRLs for a squad of Raveners. With that extra 5 points. Could be good. And we keep Triple Lictor. Trigon is chilling. It's good. I like them. They are just not good. Yeah, I agree with you, Nix. I agree with you. Jacob, 34, member. Thank you so much for being a member. If you would like to be a member, your lists are going to get a little bit more priority. And you get a nice big old smile on my face like that one. See that one over there? So could be on the table. Also, it says when the update comes out next month, are you going to do a updated tier list? Absolutely. Andrew, thank you for the gifted membership. You're incredible, man. We do have a super chat goal of 10 super chats. I will do an extra stream on Thursday. Be incredible. Could be cool. Get some more lists and then see. Just recapping, yes, I will absolutely do another tier list. I don't think it'll be a stream. It'll be a pre-recorded video just so I can blab as much as I can. And I'll post it up as soon as I can. Should be sweet. But let's look at Jacob 34's Monster Mash list. It's Crusher Stampede, of course. He's got Swarmlord and Hive Tyrant. This is a combo that I wanted to play quite a bit. I have both of these, but I never could quite figure it out too much. We've got a Neurotyrant. We have 10 Hormigons. We have 20 Hormigons, excuse me. We have a Biovore. And I'm just going to do this just so we have a little bit of breathing room. Biovore, Triple Exocrine, a man after my own heart for sure. A Maliceptor, 1 Norn Emissary. And then Tyrannifex. You know what? This stinks. Not this list, but this stinks because, like, it's good, you know? I think it's fine. I think it's a good list. My thing is we don't have any lone ops at all. No lone ops. And that is the thing that I would be worried about. But I'm also like, what do we drop for lone ops? Probably the Neurotyrant. I think I like dropping the Neurotyrant. And then which lone op do we get? We drop the Neurotyrant. Haruspex greater than Exocrine? Oh, I'm not sure about that, Andrew, but I really do appreciate the super chat. It does have more. It does this more than the Exocrine. So I mean, that it's definitely winning in that category. I'm not arguing with you on that. Here's what I think we do. This is a quick change because I actually really love this list. Jacob, you did a great job. This is pretty cool. You're just slamming monsters on the field, saying deal with them. And I also really like the Norn Emissary and the Maleceptor. I think this is pretty sweet. It's pretty cool. People are saying in chat, drop the Exocrine for 2 times Lictor plus 20 points. I don't know. Triple Exocrine is really good. Have you guys played Triple Exocrine before? I love Triple Exocrine. What I was thinking is we drop Neurotyrant, right? We get. Do we have any? We don't have any enhancements. Good. If you're in Crusher Stampede, don't really worry about enhancements. We drop the Neurotyrant. We upgrade one of these Hormigons to a Gargoyle squad. I did it. I suggested Gargoyles, and then we get Death Leaper as our lone op. Yeah. Okay. Or we could do Exocrine. I kind of like triple Exocrine, but you could drop an Exocrine and you could do 2 Lictors and then upgrade the Hormigons to a Gargoyle. I think I'm more leaning towards dropping the Neurotyrant, getting Death Leaper, which is 80 points, and then upgrading one of these Hormigon squads to a Gargoyle squad. Because you can just have the Hormigons on the board, Gargoyles and Deep Strike, and just come in and do like that. I really kind of want to stick with the triple Exocrine. I don't know. Especially if you're going shooty, and this list is definitely shooty, with some melee pressure, kind of. Like Norn Emissary kind of hits people. I think you really want to stick triple Exocrine. Like, I feel like your efficiency in how many different ways you can activate falls off pretty hard once you start cutting Exocrines. Does Death Leaper benefit from Crusher Stampede? Not really, but he's just a really good lone op. 4-up and vulnerable save, and he's kind of annoying. You want a 1 or 2 at least. Honestly, I play 3 Lictors in my Crusher Stampede list. But you want some units that are going to be kind of difficult to shift so that your opponent has to kind of commit to the board. And then all of your Exocrines and Maleceptors and stuff can munch on them all at once. But second list done. Jacob, thank you again for submitting the list. Pretty incredible. Really appreciate it. And let's keep on moving. This guy's Tingle. He's the elf guy in Zelda. What is that? Did he appear in Majora's Mask? Or was it Ocarina of Time? I'll be honest with you. I haven't like fully played any of the main Zelda games before. I think I played one of the Game Boy Advance games all the way through, but I haven't played Ocarina of Time. I haven't played Majora's Mask all the way through. And Wind Waker. I haven't played Wind Waker. I did have a GameCube. Listen. Listen. Put Gargoyles in your list. And Minish Cap. But anyways, let's see what the guy that like sells balloons, right? He sells balloons. Is that what's up with him? He says, hello there, Jordan. I've been following your channel for a while and love the content. It's a great aid for me as a beginner, and I feel more and more confident after each video. Love to hear that. That's awesome, man. I'm starting my very first army, and before I invest too much into the wrong nids for my army, I wanted to ask for your help. Here's what I've come with. I already own a Biovore. Good job. And a Hive Tyrant unbuilt, so I can make him a Swarm Lord or a Flying Nid. Awesome. I love the Assimilation Swarm detachment. Love being able to bring back my nids and keeping them healthy, but I'm struggling to find a balance between having enough harvesters and non-harvesters. Your help is greatly appreciated. Can't wait to start getting out there and having my first match. Amazing. I still sometimes think about the one mask I didn't get a Majora's Mask. Are you talking about like the deity one? This year I just learned about that. How like Link could turn into like this really buff like deity guy or whatever, and he would just like one shot all the bosses. Well, he doesn't one shot them, but he like just spams the button and you win. Let's look at an Assimilation Swarm. And this is 1,000 points. I love reviewing 1,000-point lists. I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's really fun. Kind of forces you to think of different. We have a Hive Tyrant with Instinctive Defense, Neuro Tyrant, Gargoyles, Hormigons, Biovores, 1 Haruspex, 1 Psychophage, 2 Pyrovores, triple Ravager, and a Tyrant Guard. Jordan, can you wear the Jordan mask for us? That one? Oh, that's pretty good. Well, maybe. 1,000 point assimilation storm, no Turvagon. Man, what kind of 1,000 point assimilation storms are you running? We need biophagic flow, I think. Well, let's take a look at. So you're right. One of the toughest part is having like a balance between harvesters and non-harvesters. Um, that is tough. Now, the thing is, if you're at 1,000 points, in my opinion, I don't think you need the Tyrant Guard. I think you just play careful with your Hive Tyrant and really only commit him through the free heroic intervention, and then and then you can fight first, and then that's pretty good. I think that's great. We also don't have any lone ops, which that is something that I'm probably wanting us to have. And then we need biophagic flow. Biophagic flow is 10 or 15 points. I think it's 15. If it's 10 points, it's like one of the best enhancements. There's no way it's 10, right? Oh, it's 10 points? Oh my gosh. Yeah, you got it. This guy needs biophagic flow. So we're at negative 10 points. And things that I'm not super excited about. This Tyrant Guard. And then I think we can probably... Like Raveners, I feel like we are probably better off with a Lictor. So we're going to be at 150 points. Boop. And then we're actually at 140 points because of this stuff up here. Biophagic flow. And then we want a Lictor. Just because I think one lone op is almost always mandatory. That's going to bring us down to 80 points. 80 points. Pyros are only 40 points. We could do like 2 more Pyrovores. What I was thinking of... What was I thinking? I was thinking another like Psychophage would be cool. Psychophages are actually like really tanky. 1K list can absolutely have 3 Norns. Oh my gosh. Here's what I think we do. We actually downgrade our Gargoyles into a second squad of Hormagaunts. Yes, chat. I just took out Gargoyles again. We're at 105. So I think 1,000 points gets a little tricky. Then we can do a 3-man Pyrovore squad. Or we can just do a second Psychophage to call it a day. Excuse me. Another thing we could do, we could downgrade this to 1 Pyrovore and then go a second Haruspex. But then I think we get to like 2 little points or 2 little units, Yeah. I think we just do second Psychophage. Easy peasy. I am sick. Giving the Gargoyles the axe. Get out of here, Gargoyles. Nobody loves you. I love them. Look, I've got Gargoyles right here. Boom. Look how quick it was for me to pull out this Gargoyle. Yeah. See? You know what unit I can't pull out that fast? Hormagaunts. I always have Gargoyles readily available right next to me. Not Hormagaunts. But yeah, you have 10 points left over. I think 1,000 points is really fun to build with. I think if you just be careful with your Hive Tyrant. I don't think at 1,000 points, I don't think that's the time for you to do like the Tyrant Guard thing. Because I also kind of like the 6-man Tyrant Guard or no Tyrant Guard, even at 1,000 points. Can I still pull out Trigons as fast? I can't. I must not love them as much as Gargoyles, Look. Here. Oh, look at this. It's a Lictor. Love Lictors. I can pull a Lictor out that quickly. Boom. Name another unit. Yeah, I think the Tyrant Guard thing is it's too expensive for 1,000 points for sure. Moving right along. I think this is our 4th instead of gargoyle. Zage, I think I did last week. Zage, what was the meme? What was the meme? I think I remember reviewing it last week. Viewer 41, he says, "Hi Jordan. Thanks for your time looking at this list." Oh, all flyers. Yes, I did. I did. And I think the consensus was it was perfect and there's no way for me to improve it. I genuinely think I was like, well, if this is what you're doing, you've done it perfectly or something like that. I don't know. I think it was last time we streamed. No, it was great. That was phenomenal. Taking it to 2 local RTTs and 1 2 lost 1 each time. Not sure if I just need more practice or to tweak the list. My 4 practice games, I got 3 lost 1. So overall, I'm 7-3 with a list. Here's the thing. My goal every single time I go to an RTT is not to go 3-0. Of course, I'm always going to love that. My goal is always go 2-1. If I'm going 2-1, that means I'm playing competitive games of Warhammer. That means that maybe I learned something from the person that I lost. And I still think winning 2 games out of 3, 66% win rate, that's pretty good, and I feel like that's kind of my standard. And I'll poke up into the 3-0 pretty often too. But I'm not always going in there like guns blazing, like I'm going to be 3-0 today. No, I'm going to focus more on having good games. And my goal is going to be 2-1, so I don't think there's anything bad about being 2-1 and having going 7-3 with a list. It seems pretty good. Let's take a look at it. He does have Neurolictors. They're often your MVP. Wow. Battle shock and scoring. I gotta stop yawning. Battle shock and scoring. The Tyrant effects and zone threats provide my much needed anti-tank. Neurotyrant I have found invaluable for his -1 shot on the warp alone. And he helps the zone threats. Absolutely. Tyranid warriors usually destroy anything they charge, but then die straight after. Yep, correct. Molochs are the 2 I'm considering cutting. I would consider cutting them too. The initial idea was to up and down them a lot, dishing out mortal wounds in the movement phase, but they've been underwhelming in my 6 RTT games plus my 4 practice games. Also, I'm wanting to cut Neuronode in my 10 games. It's not really been too useful. Considering trying Gene Stealers, I'd have to watch your video to refresh how to use them. I haven't tried them yet in 10th edition. Any suggestions are appreciated. Nix! The only goal for going into an RTT is to have fun, even if you go 0-3. First up, thank you so much for the super chat. You are 1000% correct. You should go into an RTT being 0-3. I mean, no, having fun. But if you are also trying to improve and stuff, I think having 2-1 is pretty good as well. But you are right. The ground floor level should be you're going to an RTT and your idea is to have fun. Honestly, any tournament, unless you're like a incredible, like phenomenal player, hanging out with Ard before or whatever, but then you can shoot for different goals. But yeah, I agree, having fun. I think if you're running, I'm assuming this is Vanguard Onslaught. If you're running Vanguard Onslaught, you want to run Gene Stealers. I love Gene Stealers. If you haven't yet already, I did drop a video, 5 tips for playing Vanguard Onslaught. I think it turned out pretty good. Go check it out. Vanguard Onslaught, Death Leaper, Neurotyrant, Winged Hive Tyrant, Winged Tyranid Prime, 2x10 Gargoyles, Biovore, Neurolictor, 6 Tyranid Warriors, 6 Von Ryan's Leapers, 6 Zoanthropes, Exocrine, Moloch, Tyrant effects. Okay. Sorry, I'm not even really like that tired. Hey yo, what's up, Franks? Good to see you, man. All right, so things that we're gonna cut. I agree with you. I think we cut double Moloch. Boom. Oh, and this is before. Okay, so we're at 5 points because we were already at 1990. So we have 5 points to play with. We're gonna cut both of the Molochs. I agree with you. I'll be honest, I haven't run them yet, but they just seem like a bunch of hoops to jump through for something that also still might not happen. Jumping jacks. Man, maybe that should have been the super jack goal, was for me to do jumping jacks. And then I will cut an Exocrine. And I'll give my reasoning in a second for the exocrine. 295 plus 135. I'm gonna get my calculator out. I don't feel like doing that math. What is it? 295 plus 135. 430. Okay, so we're at 430. So we are just below double gene stealer. One other thing that I think, so we need 460 points to have 2 gene stealers. He said he was thinking about cutting Neuronode as well. I actually like Neuronode. I don't think it's bad. Molochs into Haro specs. Could be interesting. I think I'm gonna cut a squad of gargoyles. And we're gonna be at 515. 515, and then we're gonna put 2 squads of gene stealers in. Gene stealers and a lictor, because it's 260, right? Are we 5 points off from doing? Well, let me do this. Let me do this, and then I'll do math. So Brood Lord. Parasite is Vanguard too. That is correct. You are right. Then unfortunately, I believe we are at 55 points. It's kind of tough. That means we're 5 points away from having a lictor. Oh, shoot. We got 20 more points. I forgot the Neurolictors went down. Because we're at 75 points. It's incredible. We don't have to cut like anything else. We could put Raveners in. This is low on loan ops for what I traditionally like to do. Seems like he really likes Neurolictors, so of course we're not going to cut them. So I think this at this point, viewer 41, it's kind of like up to what you think. These are the things that I would 100% do. You can either do Raveners or you can do a Lictor, and then have 15 more points left over. I like Neuronode, but you kind of have to like purposefully use it. It can't be like a thing where you just like throw it out there. Another thing, depending on how much you like the Von Ryan's Leapers, you could cut and go down to 3, and then do 2. You know, I think we do that. Here, I'll show you exactly what I would do. This is going to go up to 145. Ooh, oh gosh, what was that? 145, and then we have. Oh, we could do, since you like Lictors so much, I mean Neurolictors, we could do Lictor, and then we could do another Neurolictor, because they're actually only 80 points now. And then you have 5 points left over. Yeah, I like this. I think this is good. So the reason why I cut the exocrine, I think the exocrines are fine. However, I like having bare minimum 2 exocrines instead of just 1, because I don't really think exocrines do too much by themselves. So if you only have 1 exocrine on a flank and it's just shooting, I personally would rather have like Gene Stealers or something, you know, being able to back stuff up. I think 3 Von Ryans are probably actually going to do an okay amount of work. Same thing with the 6 versus the 6 Von Ryans. If you're really, really trying to make jail, then stick with the 3, but we'll see. I think this is good. I think Vanguard Onslaught wants 1 or 2. Oh, we're at negative 10 points. Dang it. Okay. So the second Neurolictor dream is dead. Sorry. Then we do a second Lictor, probably. And you have 4 or 5 lone ops with the Death Leaper. But it's still good. I think Vanguard Onslaught wants 1 or 2 shooting units. I kind of put exocrines as 2 exocrines as 1 shooting unit in a weird way, just because I really feel like you want 2 of them to activate together in order to really make them count and be worthwhile. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Viewer 41. Sounds like you're on the right track. I don't think I love Molochs either. So sorry to say that. Let's catch up with chat a little bit. I think Zage said number one wish for the update next month. I should make a video on this. I should make a video on our wish list. I would say Screamer Killer, 120 points. And he gets advance in charge. And Swarm Lord, 230 points. That's what I want. That's what I want. Is there anything else that I would change about the faction? No. I think Swarm Lord needs to be lower in points. And I think Screamer Killer needs to be a data sheet that actually functions. You know, after those things, that would be awesome. Oslo says, hey, Jordan, I know you're making vids on tips on each attachment, but are you going to make a video about your... Oh, look at that. Maybe I'll do that this week instead of... I'll take a break from the tips videos. Maybe I'll do that. Another thing as a video that I would love to see is a tier list for melee for Tyranids, and tier list for ranged Tyranids like Harspecs versus Northern Simulator or Tyranid Effects for X-Screen. Yeah, cool. Good ideas, good ideas. Yep. Yeah, nerf exocrines. No, don't nerf exocrines. So here's the thing. Here's my thing. Every single army should be allowed to have its unit that's just kind of stupid. Like stupid good, you know? And I don't even think the exocrine is stupid good. I think our best units are lictors or gargoyles. I think the exocrine is kind of an efficient data sheet, but if you stack it up against other armies, it's really not that comparable. You know, it's really not doing anything out there that is terrible. I mean, look at World Leaders Forge Fiends. Like, I mean, you know, if you compare an exocrine to a World Leaders Forge Fiend, it's just not a good comparison. So I really hope they don't touch exocrines anymore, or any of the other shooting bugs. Would like better Carnifexes. That would be cool. Carnifexes are in a weird spot too, because you kind of just want to run them with Old One Eye. So if they buff Carnifexes at all, then that means that they're probably going to buff that entire brick of Old One Eye and Carnifexes. And I think that unit is already kind of good. So who knows? You're right, Jaldrin. Like if they buffed Hive Guard out the wazoo somehow, who knows? Who knows? It's good. It's a good thought. I should do like a speculation video. That would be good. Moving right along though, we do have a super chat goal. If you're interested in supporting the channel, if we reach that goal, and I'll also include membership. So I think we have 3. We have 3 out of 10, not 1 out of 10. If we reach our super chat goal or member goal of combined 10, then on Thursday, we're going to have an extra army list review show. So if you're wanting to see a little bit more, you know, army list reviews, that'd be awesome. Also, if you're chilling in here, please consider liking the video. It's going to help us a lot just to get this kind of stuff out to other people. Here's Ozcan, the flip. Hey, Jordan, I've been a fan of 40k lore and novels for a while, but I've recently started playing the game. Me and my friends have been playing on Tabletop Simulator. That's a really good way to start. And I've only finished a few games so far, but I'm having a blast and just finished painting my first mini, which is a Norn Emissary. Super cool. Let me know what you think of this Vanguard Onslaught list I'm going to try out. I've been getting beat to crap by my friend's Eldari list. Mostly to Fire Dragons, yes, that will happen. So I'm hoping to win one this time. The idea is to put the Norn on the middle objective and some lictors on the other 2, and then set up the rest of my units to counterpunch when the enemy comes to deal with them. Absolutely loving content. I'm glad I found your channel. I'm glad you found our channel too. After watching a couple of videos, I swapped out the Swarm Lord for a Winged Hive Tyrant and found a way to fit in a pet Maliceptor for my Norn. Made some other small changes, but my main strategy is the same. I originally wanted 3 whole Broodlord plus Genestealer squads, but was a little over points, so I went for some Von Ryans instead. Very cool. I think they could be chipper, taken solo. Andrew, that might be a good point. If they do like 105 for one card effects and then still keep it at the 250 for two. Could be cool. Card effects is just Solar, fantastic for Cannonball to draw aggro. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they do hit on fours, and you really can't take it. Ashton says, I would love to see the Unending Swarm to be reworked to not be an incoherent mess. Right now, I don't think any of the enhancements can be taken on turn. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's a big point. I haven't looked at Unending too much. Yeah. Unending Swarm to make a comeback. I played one game with Swarm. And I was like, this is not it for me. So it's tough. Maybe I should play a couple more, but Terragons should join Termagants. Just feels bad that armies like Gene Stealer Cult get to bring back 500 points with their point system, but we get max 160 for 20 cards. Yeah, I think that's the point where you just, you run Invasion Fleet. I don't think you get back that much. I don't know. That's a tough mechanic to balance. I'm glad they don't trust me to balance it, because I just Tyranids, they never lose. Looking at the list, we have Double Broodlord, Narrow Tyrant, Winged Hive Tyrant, and he said he swapped. Okay, cool. Hive Tyrant. Yeah, I value the Winged Hive Tyrant very highly. And look, hey, another unit that I love. My Winged Hive Tyrant. Boom. Pull them out that quickly. I really like the Winged Hive Tyrant. The -1 attacks is a really good debuff to give to your opponent, especially like melee armies, like Death Guard with all the Terminators, as well as World Eaters. It can actually really put a damper on their activation. No Battle Line, which is okay. We'll see if we want to squeeze in some Gargoyles. Biovore, 20 Gene Stealers, Triple Lictor, 6 Raveners, 9 Von Ryans, 6 Zoanthropes, a Maleceptor, and a Norn Emissary. Very interesting. I'm going to be honest, I don't think I hate it. I don't think I hate it at all. Here's my thing. I like the 6-man Ravener list, and who knows when the Raveners finally get released, the Kill Team one. But at this point, I think I'm more on like 2-3-mans if we're running a Norn Emissary. Just because I think we want more units to activate with. So that would be my first change. Those are 75 points. I really don't hate the Maleceptor Norn Emissary combo. It seems pretty strong. Are we exactly at 2,000 points? I think so. Yeah, 2,000 points. I don't personally love the triple Von Ryans. Did we do another Trigon chat? You could. I don't think we do another Trigon. So if we cut that, that's 140. Things that I'm wanting. Von Ryan Jail is good. I'm not going to argue with you on that. But I think you can do Von Ryan Jail with just one. I don't really think you need. Like you could do a couple things. You just go down to a 3-man. Nix. Also, for your information to chat, check your LGS for getting pre-orders in the new mission cards. It's incredible. Thank you so much, Nix. Yeah, W&W, we're gonna have to be like refreshing that page a whole bunch of times on Saturday because we absolutely need to pre-order that. We might try and get 2 decks. We'll see. But thinking about this, Von Ryans with units of 6. So maybe we just drop. Okay. So maybe we drop 1 and then make this a 6. And then the thing that I thought we were missing was just a tiny bit of screens. Just like a 10-man Hormigont squad. I think it's pretty good. Other than that, who was this? Ozcan? I think this is really good. I personally don't run Norn Emissary Maleceptor in Vanguard Onslaught, but when you look at it, I feel like it could probably play pretty well. Like Von Ryan's Leapers can like screen out turn 1. Like if you go first, Von Ryan's Leapers just keep your opponent in their deployment zone. Seems really good. And then your Gene Stealers can stage up behind them. Then like your Norn Emissary and Maleceptor go to like a central point. Seems very strong. Yeah, seems great. No, I like this list. I think this is cool. It's out of the ordinary too a little bit. And actually, Norn Emissary does fine in Vanguard Onslaught because the fallback and charge is huge with it. Just you like boop, and then you can charge into a different target. You can charge into the same target. You can just it's that makes tying up the Norn Emissary so much harder. And I think that is something that is really, really good. Yep. Yeah, I can see that, Troy. I can see that. Yeah. Cool. All right, we got Mr. Owen. How do you say that? S3XY Owen. He says, Bugmaster Jordan. Wow, what a title. I have my first 2,000 point tournament coming up, and I was planning on using this list. I don't have a vast collection of bugs, but I'm always open to getting a couple more. Awesome. I was thinking about replacing the Neurotyrant with a Flyrant or a Walkrant, but I find the Shadow and the Warp buff very nice. What if both? If you do both, what if you have a Hive Tyrant and a Neurotyrant? Very nice. Not sure what would be more valuable in this list. Additionally, I'm a little scared I won't have enough units to do actions to really capitalize on points. Interesting. Okay. So we have double Broodlord. This is Invasion Fleet. That's good to know. And, well, even more important to know is the list title. It's Watermelon. One time, did you guys know? Here is a fact that maybe your local tournament organizers don't want me to tell you. Here's a fact that they don't want you to know. In your list title, when you're creating a list, there is no character limit to how long your list can be. For an RTT, I went a while back. I submitted the entire B movie script as my list title. So anybody that's looking at your list has to do a little scrolling. If call want dash mission decks, ping me on Discord. Okay, sweet, Andrew. I appreciate that offer. That's awesome, man. No, we appreciate that. Yeah, so I did the B movie script. That's my list title. Never seen the movie, but it's long. All right, back to this. We've got 2 10-man gargoyles, Biovore, Excrine, 2 10-man Gene Stealers, a Neurolictor. Oh, this is before, so the Neurolictor and the Tyrannifex is going to cancel. But then the second Tyrannifex is going to, what is that? -10. Hey, Sandra, welcome. Troy says 6-man units can live past turn 1. Takes a lot of units to try and kill him, letting you set up for the following turns. I can see that. Do you like Jazz? Kiki, as a reference. I appreciate that. We have a 3-man Zoanthrope squad. In my opinion, I don't really think if we're doing Zoanthropes, it's like 6-man or bust, you know? Okay, things that I want. Oh, we're going to be down 20. I feel like this list wants to be like in between Vanguard Onslaught and Invasion Fleet. So I'm going to cut things first, and then we're going to go from there because we're trying to fit a Hive Tyrant. Oh, but like the 20 Gene Stealers also makes it tough. Maybe this is a list, since we have the Norn Emissary, maybe this is a list I think we value Winged Hive Tyrant over Walking Hive Tyrant. So we need 200 points, is basically what I'm saying. So we're going to cut these 2 units first. We're cutting the Von Ryans. We're cutting the Zoanthropes. That's going to give us 150 points because we're already down 20 from the data slate change. I do like the Rupture Cannon, Tyrannifex. Only one of them, though. Okay. I just think the 20 Gene Stealers is really what's gumming us up a little bit. All right. What we could do is we could just swap out this Tyrannifex. Oh, no, he has double Tyrannifex. Okay. It's fine. Double Tyrannifex. Perfect. Cool. Love it. It does smell a little bit like Vanguard, but I think it's also fine in Invasion Fleet. We're gonna cut Neurolictor. It's gonna be 80 points. So this is at 230. Boom. You took the Gene block out of my Invasion Fleet list. I still like it in Invasion Fleet list, but I could see that. We have 230 points, so 200 points is going to get us that Winged Hive Tyrant. Winged Hive Tyrant. That's 200 points. Oop. We have 30 points left over. I don't like not having any lone ops. We're at 20 or 30. We're at 30. See, I'm just trying to remember how many points is Alien Cunning 30 points? Oh man, we gotta get Alien Cunning out of here. That's gonna give us a Lictor right off the bat. Boom. Okay, so they'll be at 60 points. Let me put a Lictor in. Now, here's the thing. Do we really try to force points in order to put adaptive biology on the Winged Hive Tyrant? I will be honest with you, this is not an area where I'm super familiar with because I don't play Winged Hive Tyrant in Invasion Fleet. I still think it's good, but I just don't play it as much. How many points are we left over at? Oh, we're at 0. I forgot to change that. What we could do is like exchange these gargoyles for hormagaunts. Not my favorite thing in the world, but we could. And then drop perfectly adapted for adaptive biology. So it's like, do you value both of your gargoyles, or could you squeeze a hormagaunt gargoyle and then you make room for adaptive biology on the Winged Hive Tyrant? I don't know. I feel like that's something that needs to be looked at or tested out a little bit. Drop adapted. Yeah. Yeah. No, but I think this is cool. I think this is a cool list. This is very interesting. 20 Gene Stealers with Norn Emissary seems kind of cool. I think you also like not having a Maleceptor does make me a little bit sad, but I still think it's pretty good. This is where I would start with this build, is staying in Invasion Fleet, and then kind of go from there. Cool. Thank you for the list. It was Owen, Mr. Owen. And moving right along, we've got Bubbles Bubble. Let's see, I'm just checking how many lists. 2, 3. 3 more lists. All right. We're cooking. I'm cooking. All right. Here's Bubbles Bubble. Hi, Jordan. Thanks so much for taking the time to read this. I'm reading it right now for you. Thank you. I'm fairly new to Warhammer and all tabletop games. While I'm waiting for Unending Storm to be playable, created this 2,000 point Invasion Fleet list. I've played 5 games and lost 5 games. That'll happen. The latest being 83-85 versus Dark Angels. Very close. I was thinking maybe removing Maleceptor and the Warrior Brick and replacing it with another Exocrine and Broodlord with Gene Stealers, but happy to take advice. All the best. Dear Steve. Nice. 2,000 points of never won a game. Oh no. So we do have 15 points left over. And I think this is before. So we're going to have 25 points left over because this is before the data slate. I'm hoping to really catch up. 25, then we go back to 10 because it's going to be 15. Okay, then we go to -5 because of the double Tyranid effects. All right, we're -5 points. It's fine. So we got to make up 5 points and then go from there. Let's take a look at the list. Oh, and we also have, I already factored in the 15, right? Oh no, I got to do this again. 25. I think I did. So we are 10. Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. So we have, this is another double Gene Stealer list, or double Broodlord at least. Oh, you can't do, so he has Broodlord with perfectly adapted twice. You can't do that. So you can only do 1 enhancement. You can only use 1 enhancement once. Like you can't use twice. So that's actually going to put us at +10 by taking out perfectly adapted. Let's see. And then looking through this, Broodlord, Hive Tyrant. And he's doing melee Hive Tyrant. I do like that. Battle line, we have Gargoyles, Hormagaunts. We have Termagants. I would probably change this 10-man to a Lictor if we don't have 3. Then Biovore, Exocrine. And then this is 20 Gene Stealers. I think he meant to put 2 10-man Gene Stealers. So I'm just going to tidy this up real quick. Gene Stealers times 10. Boom. Easy peasy. We can split this up a little bit. Bada bing. Then 2 Lictors. So yeah, my knee-jerk reaction is to trade out the Termagant Squad for a 3rd Lictor. Tyranifex, Von Ryans. We're at 10. Yeah, this list is not bad. I think it's fine. A couple of things. You got to go. I'll see you later. Also, thanks for being in chat. Yeah, this is not bad. I think this is a good list. We just need to tweak it a little bit. I don't think 10-man Termagants are great. Really, all of your other units are going to be doing kind of what the Termagants are wanting to be doing, but a little bit better. And we definitely want a 3rd Lictor. Boom. So we have 10 points left over. Von Ryans are fine, but I think like this slot is pretty good with Raveners. So I personally would swap out the Von Ryans Leapers for Raveners. Just as like an uppy downy skirmish threat. I think that's a good case. Raveners times 3. Boom. We have 5 points left over. And I would also probably change this Tyranifex Acid Spray to a Rupture Cannon. I just think, even though the Gene Stealers are really cool, I like taking out vehicles and stuff, I just think you probably want to double down on some anti-tank. This is a neat list. This is good. You're missing out on Neurotyrant. I think Neurotyrant is pretty important with Invasion of Fleet, but as long as you kind of stay careful and make sure you're castling up with your Hive Tyrant. Yeah, see, that's the thing. We're really missing out on some Synapse, because your Synapse is Hive Tyrant and Broodlords. Oof. I think that was my problem too, is when I was trying to fit 20 Gene Stealers in to an Invasion Fleet list. And then just not having the Synapse was kind of bugging me. Because I what if I want to pop 5 of Peel and Pain on the Tyranifexes? So this, you're going to have to really castle. Hive Tyrant with the Tyranifexes. The Exocrines and everything. But it can still work. That's just something to be aware of. Pretty cool, though. Thank you so much for the list. Bubbles. Moving right along. See, let me see if I can get an update on our actual super chat. 1. I think we have 2 super chats and 2 members. So our super chat goal is actually at 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10. So we only need like 6 super chats or 6 members, and then we'll do another stream on Thursday. Maybe. I will stop shilling though. I am perfectly fine. Either way. Wedge Paints. He says, hey Jordan, longtime viewer, first time poster, recently attended a 1,000 point event on the 1st of March. Managed to score myself a 2nd place out of 12 players. Very sweet. Played 3 games and won 2, lost 1. Awesome. The tournament rules were no epic heroes, maximum of 2 times each data sheet, excluding battle line units. Interesting. List including a Titanic model had to include 1 battle line unit per Titanic model. Seems pretty interesting. Seems like a pretty good effort of balancing 1,000 points. Did you guys see in the Warhammer community article? In 1,000 point games with a new mission deck, it's not a rule of 3 anymore for 1,000 points. It's going to be a rule of 2. So it seems like this tournament was kind of ahead of the curve. It's pretty interesting. I think that is a pretty good way of balancing 1,000 points. Because 1,000 points seems a little goofy. It seems hard to balance. You know, if somebody's just jamming 3 of the best units in their army and that's their 1,000 points, then maybe they just steamroll people. So I appreciate that Games Workshop is trying to give attention to those smaller play styles and like acknowledge that, hey, we're thinking about you too. Seems cool. And Wedge says that he played fixed missions with engage in all fronts and behind enemy lines. List was Goblin 1000 event. We have a Hive Tyrant. Excuse me. Perfectly adapted. Now, I think a lot of times Hive Tyrant is probably too expensive on his own for 1,000 points. But we'll see what the rest of the list looks like. Battle line is Hormagaunts, Biovore, Exocrine, Trigon, Tyranid Warriors with ranged bioweapons, Von Ryan's Leapers. And at the bottom, he says, hope you enjoy. I would love to see some more 1,000 point content on the channel. Be cool. Maybe we do like an extra game sometime. That's 1,000 points. Could be interesting. Okay, cool. So interesting. This is an interesting list. Oh, and we're going to be at 140. So we're going to be actually up 20 points. We're going to be up 15 points because of the data slate changes. Man. That's another reason why I want to stream again on Thursdays to get dig through these army lists. Excuse me. Okay. So it's 1,000 points. I'm not in love with a couple of these units. I think a Trigon is kind of neat, especially if you're trying to do behind enemy lines, engage in all fronts. I'm going to do my best to not like completely change everything, but I think there's a couple of units that we're just not super in love with, unless we pivoted and did a Warrior Onslaught. Yeah, I don't think we do that. But the 6 Tyranid Warriors, I really think in order for them to really punch, you really kind of want them with the Winged Prime. But I'm also not like super excited about the Winged Prime. And I also think that in this list, I think the Hive Tyrant is too many points for what we got going on. So I'm going to cut 3 units, and it's going to be a lot. But I'm just going to kind of restructure it to what I think would be an effective 1,000 point list, which I don't think this list is bad at all. I just think it'd be a little bit more focused. So we have the Warriors. I think all the Warriors kind of, I think we cut those. So we're going to be at 215 points to play with already. And then now we like have a discussion like, are we cutting the Hive Tyrant? I think we cut the Hive Tyrant. I think we cut the Hive Tyrant, and so this is a lot of points. So I apologize. I just cut like half the list. What I think would be a really good character unit at 1,000 points is I think a Broodlord and a 10-man Gene Stealer squad really kind of trades up in anything, especially in a 1,000 point list. So that's going to be 230 points. So that means we have 235 points to play with. 235 points. I think, oh, Bubble, dude, we just went over your list. Dang it. We were just looking at your list. Anyways, after I go through this, I'll go back up, Bubble, and I'll just reframe my thoughts. And you can, of course, zoom back and rewatch a little bit earlier on, and you'll see that too. So this is actually 140 points. So if we put, I like a second Exocrine in. And then that's going to leave us with 95 points. What can we do with 95 points? Let me put it in writing so I don't forget. Boop. 95 points. Also, I think we kind of like, if we swap out these Von Ryans to be a Lictor, it's going to give us 105 points. Oh, chat, we did it. What's 105 points, chat? No, not Raveners. Raveners would be cool too. But with 105 points, I think we put a Neurotyrant in, you know? I like the look of this list. I think it doesn't quite I think I like this list. So you have a Broodlord, you have a Neurotyrant, you have 2 Hormigaunt squads, a Biovore, 2 Exocrines, Gene Stealers, a Lictor, and a Trigon. Seems fun. Seems cool. 1,000 points. It's interesting. I like Warrior Onslaught for 1,000 points. Who knows? Moving right along. Oh, this is our last list. This is our last list, folks. We've done it. Does not look like extra stream on Thursday, but that is A-okay. Oh, Nix is, as soon as I say that, Nix, he throws another super chat. I may or not be having fun with ChatGPT and coming up with long list names now that you've told me that information. Also, we need 5 more. Right. Yes, that is true. We do need 5. Is Nix about to spam? Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's go through this list and we will answer any questions that Nix has if they come up. Mr. RD1. Hello, I've been watching your videos for a bit now and heard about how you review lists. I've got a crazy list for you. It's a 2,000 point Crusher Stampede list. Made a very strong army at destroying things. Oh, Nix with the 5 memberships. Sealing the deal. We will stream on Thursday. You're incredible. Thank you so much, Nix. Really appreciate the support. You are incredible. Thank you. Thank you. What did I miss? Oh, and Bubbles? Oh, no, I thought I said Bubbles. I said, hey, what's up, Bubbles? Oh, and I got to go up. Thank you. I see what you're saying. We're scrolling up for Bubbles. All right, Bubbles. I forget where your list was to begin with, but this is kind of where it ended up. A couple things to note. You can't have the same enhancement twice on a unit. So we did cut perfectly adapted off of one of the Broodlords, but let's give a rundown. And if you have any immediate questions, Bubbles, we can go over them pretty quickly. Broodlord, Hive Tyrant, Gargoyles, Hormagaunts, Biovore, Exocrine. And then I think you had like 20 Gene Stealers. We consolidated them to 2 10-mans because I think that's just how you run Gene Stealers. Then we have Triple Lictor, Tyrannifex, and then 3 Raveners. That's how I forget what we ended up. Oh, I think the problem, not so much problem, but the worry about the list is not having enough synapse. So that can be something to play around with. Maybe trying to jam. You could do something like cut a Lictor. I don't know. Playing around with trying to find points for a Neurotyrant is really good. Also, maybe trying like a 5-man Gene Stealer brick instead of 2 10-man Gene Stealer bricks. That could be an option as well. So you drop one of these Gene Stealers down to a 5-man. Still attached with the Broodlord, of course, and then kind of go from there. Or maybe you drop Gene Stealers and the Broodlord. That's 155 points. And then do a Neurotyrant and then like a Pyrovore maybe. Who knows? Well, thank you again, Nix. Thank you again, Jaldrin. Thank you, everybody, for the support, really. Let's get this list going, and then I guess I'm seeing you Thursday. Oh, I do want to advertise. I should have advertised before. Wednesday, the Beans are back. Kyle's coming back on stream. He's playing his Orcs again. I'll be playing my Vanguard Onslaught list. And we're going to do beans. You can super chat to make me eat a disgusting bean. You can super chat. Do this one. You can super chat to make Kyle eat a disgusting bean. Do that. I would love if you did that. Yes, the beans are back. So it's going to be a good time. Wednesday is beans. So, longtime fans of the channel will know. Long time is just like 2 months ago. Yep, beans is going to be gross. I'm probably going to hate it, but we'll see. No, not baked beans. I would love that stream if we had to eat bushed baked beans. Yeah, you're right, Ashton. That little pip of strength from Synapse would be good. Kiki. All right. Crusher Stampede. We've got a Death Leaper. We've got a Hive Tyrant. He's got the Enraged Reserves. And then Neurotyrant with Ominous Presence. So Crusher Stampede is really a detachment where I don't really feel like we need to worry too much about enhancements. We'll see. Biovore, triple Exocrine, 1 Lictor, 1 Malceptor, 1 Neurolictor, 3 Tyrannifexes, 6 Zoanthropes. Neurotyrant will be attached to Zoanthropes. Excretions will stay at the back or hold an objective. Tyrannifex will stay at the back. Maliceptor will go up and rush. Lictor will hold an objective. Neurotyrant will hold an objective. Zoanthropes are kill tanks or heavy infantry with the Warp Blast. What do we think I need to improve? I think it's pretty neat. I think it's pretty cool. I think first we need to adjust it for points. So this is going to be 30 more points. It's going to be 15 more points. It's going to be 45 more points. Minus 10 is going to be 35 extra points. And I think we cut both of those enhancements. Crusher Stampede, the enhancements, you're just kind of like, you know? Do I not have a Crusher Stampede list? There it is. Enraged Reserves is 20 points. Ominous Presence. Oh my gosh, if we cut both of the enhancements, then it's an even trade. Yeah. All right. Yes, Jaldrin. I appreciate your concern, man. I really do appreciate that. So yeah, we just cut the enhancements. I think we also cut this Neurolictor and just change it into a Lictor. So that's going to give us 20 points because I did adjust already, I believe. 20 points. Boom. Crusher without Old One Eye. Yeah, I think Old One Eye is kind of cute in Crusher Stampede, but he's not my favorite. What else do we do for 20 points? It would be cool to get some kind of, I guess maybe we put Ominous Presence back on the Hive Tyrant. We have 5 points left over. I actually kind of like that. Ominous Presence. Yeah, I don't mind this list at all. One thing I will say is I do think you should change one of the Rupture Cannon Tyrannifexes to an Acid Spray. Just to like kind of differentiate the different targets that you can take care of. I think that would be a good change. 1 Acid Spray, 2 Rupture Cannons seems really good. However, be very careful. If you go up against Eldar, I think you like instantly lose. I'm not going to lie to you. Because the Fire Dragons, like 1 squad of 5 Fire Dragons can split fire and probably maybe come close to killing 2 Tyrannifexes. And that's not a trade that anybody wants unless you're the Eldar guy. So be very careful. That's kind of the reason why I don't love triple Tyrannifex Crusher Stampede because Eldar is a thing. Acid Frex is great to run up the board and be the distraction. Maybe Eldar is just like one of those things where like, yes, if you run a Crusher Stampede, Eldar is going to be a bad list. Like maybe that's your bad matchup. And maybe you just go for it. Like if my Vanguard Onslaught list is going up against any like heavy fights first list, maybe I just lose, you know? But yeah, it could be tough. But let us know how the triple Tyrannifex has been going. Seems sweet. And everybody, Wednesday, we will be streaming. We'll be eating beans. It's going to be Orcs versus my Vanguard Onslaught. You'll see this guy on the table for sure. I also repainted my Biobor, but he's super far away. It's going to be a great time. Come watch us play, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want beans to be eaten, super chats, that'll be awesome. Gifted subs, that would be cool as well. We will be for sure eating at least 5 each. I think we're going to do top of the round each time. We'll both eat a bean. We'll do a little cheers. It'll be a great time. I will have gum on standby and maybe, I don't know, what else is good for, it's going to be tough. Anyways, thank you again for the incredible support for this stream. We will have an additional stream Thursday, same time, digging through some of these lists that have been submitted. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. And I will, just picked up a hair gun. The gun seems subpar. I've streamed with it twice. I'm 2-0 with the hair gun. I will say that. Check out those streams. You can find them. Have a great day. I'll see you Wednesday. Bye.